I'm Paul Starr. My new book, American Contradiction, Revolution and Revenge from the 1950s to now, explains how we arrived at today's America on a course that no one born in the middle of the last century could have anticipated. Imagine, if you will, a scene that has unfolded in my mind like a science fiction movie, or an episode of the TV show The Twilight Zone that I watched as a teenager. The time is the end of the summer, 1963, and I am a junior counselor at an integrated progressive summer camp in the Hudson Valley for New York City Black and Puerto Rican kids, underprivileged kids, as we would have said then. Pete Seeger has come from his home nearby to sing with them, finishing up with a black classic, This Little Light of Mine. In the evening, my peers and I watch what we think is a television documentary about the civil rights movement. It begins with familiar scenes, sit-ins, freedom rides, the speech that Martin Luther King has just given at the March on Washington. But then it goes on to show events that have not happened. Congress passing the Civil Rights Act, then the Voting Rights Act, and reforms of the immigration laws that end the racist national origins quotas. We're looking at each other quizzically, but cheering. The mysterious documentary then shows the rise of Black power and the women's and gay liberation movements, strange ideas even to young progressives in the early 1960s. While some of my friends are thrilled, others are uncomfortable, rolling their eyes at the absurdity. The documentary continues with scenes of racial backlash. That figures, someone says. Anti-war protest, a terrible plague we've never heard of, and ministers warning of doom. A flash of a familiar face, the actor Ronald Reagan oddly identified as president. A description of how during all this time unions are in decline and economic inequality is growing, and a rash of incomprehensible terms. Multiculturalism, LGBTQ+, transgender, cisgender. Finally, somebody says, this is all ridiculous and could never happen, and switches the TV to something with a more familiar and reassuring plot, a movie about aliens invading from outer space.